going to take a break from shooting rifles this afternoon and shoot my new German beauty. This is the HK VP9. I just picked this up last week. I've been shooting it, had a couple of chances to shoot at the indoor range. Today's the first time I've had it outside. I've brought out some Wolf 9mm, which is 115 grain. Yeah, 115 grain stuff. It's just ball ammo, and it's working just fine out of the VP9. So anyway, check this thing out. It's one sweet shooting handgun. I think Germany outdid itself with this VP9. The price point is absolutely unbelievable. I see them on the street right now for about 650 bucks. Pretty nice stuff. Yeah, this thing shoots amazingly well. Usually when I pick up a new handgun, I have to adjust my grip, not the sights. Most handguns, when you first shoot them for the first time, at least in my case, when I shoot them, I have to learn how to hold the handgun. The sights will be a little bit off to the left or a little bit off to the right, and that's how I'm holding the gun. The sights are typically on. But when I picked up the VP9, I didn't have to learn how to hold it. I mean, the thing just fits perfectly in my hand and shoots directly to point of aim. I'm really liking the handgun. The recoil's nice and mild. It's very similar to the P30 in profile. I have noticed that it's slightly shorter and it's cut deeper here on the back side of the grip than the P30, which makes it set deeper in your hand, and it definitely gives you better recoil management. The trigger, very Glock-like, but better than the Glock. I wouldn't say it's PPQ good, but it's really close. Has a very long reset, but other than that, wow, what an amazing handgun. Magazine only holds 15 rounds. I can get used to that. It is a service-sized handgun. I'm sure they'll probably bring a concealed carry version to the market that's a compact. But yeah, for 15 rounds in a service handgun, that's kind of short by a couple of rounds anyway, considering the Glock has 17 and the M&P has 17. But like I said, I can live with it. The gun shoots really, really well. Has these little ears on the back. I don't know if you can see those. These little ears make it very easy to either grab the slide like this and get a good grip, or grab it like this and get a good grip. No safety, which I really like. Yeah, that's a great shooting pistol. Really, really like this handgun. Gonna have to have contact concealment, build me a holster for it, see if I can't start carrying it. And the one thing I really like about it as well, if you guys remember a recent video I was talking about not wanting to carry my Glocks in the winter because of gloved hands. That's because of how small the trigger guard is. Notice how large the trigger guard is on this VP9. May solve all my problems. Just to give you an idea of how slow the slow motion is that we're filming out here this afternoon, I'm going to fire this pistol at the same speed I'm firing it when we're filming in slow motion. That was me riding the slide stop. Now another thing that's happening out here today is I'm getting this thing really hot. I can actually feel the heat through the polymer grip. But let's see if I can get a reading on this thing. Looks like it's about 110, 119 degrees depending on where I hit. 114, 126. So we're getting the thing pretty warm. Definitely uncomfortable to hold, but it's running pretty good. Had a couple of failures with the Wolf, which is to be expected, I think. It's not real hot ammunition, and these things do require a bit of a break-in, I've found. You do need to run some ammo through them to break them in before they become 100% reliable. Had a couple of malfunctions in the first magazine, but after that it stopped, but I did have a couple of stoppages out here. I fired about 200 rounds of 9mm so far, the Wolf. I've had 2 stoppages, but again, I blame that on the ammo. It's pretty toasty. Yeah, up to 140 degrees. Yeah. 147 degrees. It's pretty warm. Definitely uncomfortable to touch. Yeah, that's warm. It's handling the heat really well. Of course, after I picked up the VP9, I wanted to carry it around the store and kind of see what it felt like to carry the handgun. But finding a holster for a brand new handgun like this is challenging, to say the least. But what I tried was this Serpa. We happen to have a Serpa in the store for the P30. It fits in the holster, the retention works. Now, you guys know I'm not a big fan of the Serpa holsters, but we had it. The only issue I have is that it just rocks back and forth slightly in the holster, again, because the VP9 is slightly shorter in height, slide-wise, than the P30, but otherwise it works just fine. So if you guys are looking for a holster to hold you over until you can get a custom holster or something like that, you might want to take a look at some of the P30 holsters.